Somebody needs to do a wellness check on Speaker Mike Johnson, because what he said on CNN today was flat out crazy. I'm Jason Eastley from Politicus USA and the Daily with Sarah Jones, both available on Substack. Please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell. Get all of our updates and get all of our videos as soon as they come out. Mike Johnson may be losing his mind. This became very apparent during an interview on CNN when he unleashed some detached from reality crazy that we're going to look at right now. Let's jump into it.
You were instrumental, maybe crucial, maybe the singular most crucial person in passing, which was what the president was calling the big, beautiful bill. But he said this week, I'm not going to use that term, great, big, beautiful bill. That was good for getting it approved. It's not good for explaining it to people. I guess my question is, why is it hard to explain to people? Our Harry Etten, who's a numbers guy, a great numbers guy, I'm sure you've seen him, he put together some numbers and said it's among the most unpopular laws passed since 1990, less so than the Affordable Care Act, the bank bailout, and the Republican tax bill of 2017. Why so hard?
I'm not surprised by these numbers at all, because there's been an all-out assault and effort by Democrats and the mainstream media.
First of all, Johnson blames the Democrats for the bill not being popular, when it's the Republican bill that people know what's in it. What Democrats have done is shown the American people what's in the Republicans' own bill.
Frankly, misinform people about what's in the bill. When they take the same polls of the individual provisions of that giant piece of legislation, they're wildly popular. So what happened over the August district work period is Republicans fanned out Senate and House Republicans across the country to all their districts to go and explain exactly the...
Did you catch that? Johnson claimed the bill is wildly popular, even after being confronted with evidence right in front of his face that the bill is incredibly unpopular and the least popular piece of legislation since 1990. In 35 years.
Extraordinary things that are in this bill. It's geared and written for lower and middle class earners. They're going to feel the effects of...
That's a lie. This bill is geared and written to screw lower and middle class earners. It's geared to shift wealth upward and give rich people a tax cut.
We restored American energy dominance, peace through strength, largest tax cuts in U.S. history.
By the way, you'll notice that he says the bill is for lower and middle income earners, yet doesn't provide a specific example of one single thing in the bill that will help lower and middle income earners. There's nothing.
People are going to feel that before they vote in that midterm election, and I am very bullish on the outcome of that, because they'll see the results.
You brought up polling when they asked people about specific provisions. Fox News, where I think you're headed later, they did ask about...
This is some really great work by CNN here. Really good work.
Specific provisions. Absolutely right. No tax on tips. The majority approved, 70%. Defense spending, majority approved, 61%. Everything else they asked about, though, underwater, right? End EV tax credit, underwater. Boost Medicare work requirements, underwater. Increase border wall spending, underwater. Increase detention center spending, underwater. Solar and wind incentives, end them, underwater. Reduce SNAP benefits, underwater, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm not buying that.
Johnson's not buying the poll. Johnson is saying the poll is wrong. Fox News is wrong. You see, this bill really is wildly popular, according to Johnson. It's not. The polls are wrong. The American people are wrong. The people showing up at town halls to say how much they hate the bill, they're all wrong. This bill's really popular.
Polls can be manipulated. We have seen a string of polls over and over.
Let me tell you what. When anybody in any party starts claiming the polls are manipulated, that's a sign they're losing, and they're losing badly.
Many of those, every one of those provisions, in fact, that you said, are popular. We want to reduce fraud, waste, and government, fraud, waste, and abuse in government. We want to reduce the size and scope of government. These things, people nod in agreement, and I've been in town halls.
People nod in agreement. What they don't nod in agreement on is cutting Medicaid and giving massive tax cuts to rich people, and gutting Obamacare and raising healthcare premiums. They don't nod in agreement on that. This is something really fun.
Around the country over this break, 12 states in the last week, and people are standing and applauding for what we've done. So look, I tell you,
Mike Johnson I want to see these crowds where people are standing and applauding at Republican town halls, because the few House Republicans that have held town halls have been met with boos and jeers and catcalls. And in the Senate, Susan Collins was just booed at a town hall for supporting this bill.
The facts are going to speak for themselves, the results and the things that people experience, and that's why we're excited about the midterms coming up. We're going to win.
We're going to win. Yeah, he knows. See, this is what's happening here. Let me give you the full breakdown. Mike Johnson knows his majority's slipping away. This bill is a dumpster fire anchor around the necks of House Republicans. He knows his House majority is slipping away. So what he's trying to do is gaslight the country into believing that the bill is not really what the Republicans passed, that there's some other fantasy bill out there that is not anything like what was passed and signed into law. Johnson is not just lying. I think he might be having a breakdown, because his House majority looks increasingly dead in the water, and there's nothing he can do to stop the inertia against it. There's where we are. Mike Johnson looks like a speaker in serious mental collapse, and he's completely detached from reality. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Jason Easley. I write for Politica USA in the Daily. Please subscribe. $6 a month. Best money you're going to spend. I guarantee it. See you next time.